Hello BNI members. You all know me, I'm Mac Srinivasan, country head for BNI India, and I have a very special guest for you. I'd like to welcome Andy Hart. Hi Andy.
Thank
welcome
you very much.
to India.
Very, very welcome.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your hospitality.
Super.
Thank you.
Andy, can you share with us a little bit of your journey in BNI?
Yes, I started as a member 14 years ago in a chapter in the west of Ireland, and I was able to grow my business through BNI over that 5 years from just myself to 30 people working with me around the world, consulting with some of the largest corporations in the world. And that was all through very much the philosophy of Giver's Gain. It came about because I gave a gift to a member who was doing a charity auction, and that gift was then given to another person who became a client of mine. And what was really interesting about that they were so happy with my services and what I did for them, which was a business coaching, that they started to refer their friends. And the thing that I really feel that's important is the fact that it was giver's gain. In other words, I gave a gift in thinking of nothing other than that gift, and what it brought me was business. And what's really interesting is that's very much my philosophy throughout the whole process, has always been about giving back. And I had other opportunities, so I became a franchisee, and that really was through my interest in helping people. And when that came about, we were able to take a region that had an average chapter size of 14.1, I know that's very small for you guys, to 29.3 within 3 years, which was a fantastic experience. Myself and my wife, Sandra, was then asked to become Director of European Affairs, which was looking after the whole of Europe. Then I became International Franchise Manager, which was basically looking after all franchise operations. And last year I was Interim CEO to basically while Graham was brought on board. And then I became the President of International Operations and Development. And that's why I'm here today, to basically help and share and very much see how we can help you grow and develop in the best way.
What a fantastic journey, Andy. And
it's been a pleasure.
We're glad you're here because you can share with us a lot of your experience.
Absolutely.
Here.
And I mean, it comes very much from a member point of view as well. I always remember and always keep in very much in mind is whatever we are doing at a corporate level is making sure that it's relevant to members. And it's very easy for us to put in an initiative which actually won't have any impact. And it's make sure, okay, is that really going to make an impact with the local member, and making sure that the real focus is on giving the member value, be it in India, be it in Thailand or in Australia. It's always really coming back to how can I help members really grow through Giver's Gain, and very much focusing on them and what they need as local business people in their local community.
Fantastic, Andy. So what's your vision for BNI India?
I think it's a vision that everybody can share in. It's really about expanding BNI India to be able to, the local communities can very much grow and prosper through the whole philosophy of BNI, but also training as well. So if you look at the current state of India, a lot of the chapters are really focused around the large cities.
Great.
But in yet there's a lot of cities around it, sort of the tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4,
Great.
that members could really take advantage of from the point of view of generating business, and business being generated in those local communities. So I would see basically looking at helping chapters expand into those local areas, and very much helping those local businesses grow. For me, BNI is a local, a regional, a national, and international organization, and members should be allowed to interact with that depending on where they want and how they want to. And it's very much encouraging businesses to grow through BNI, but it also looking at the rural areas. Rural areas and new businesses are key to the Indian development. And I think it's a matter of really looking at how we can facilitate those startups, and in the rural areas as well, where there's very little infrastructure, that we can basically help them put that infrastructure in place through the chapter system and the regional systems to be able to really grow and prosper. And then city and rural areas can very much build businesses together. And I think that's a key area that we can look at and develop. The other area is training. One of the interesting things is the more members that actually go to training together, the more members that get the training on a specific subject, the more they have the same kind of language that they can use and work with. And it's very much about getting everybody to understand BNI. BNI is an idea, a way of doing business. Changing the way the world does business is very much the focus of the organization, and it's a mindset if nothing else. Yeah. And it's very much for a member to have that journey of understanding the philosophy of BNI, and then actually using the skills that it develops, and really then getting the best out of the tools as well.
Super. Andy, a couple of members recently were asking me now that corporate is more involved in India.
Yeah.
How does that, how does it impact us as a member?
I
Is
think
there any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it really gives you much more resources and also much more focus as well. The resources we can bring, I was talking to some executive directors today, and they were talking about how they could help members get more benefit. And it really is, there's a lot of best practice out there that we can share with BNI India, and also look at things like branding and other elements that can really help the chapters to benefit from their identity and the success as well. And also one of the things is sharing best practice about how to recognize people and what they're achieving. It's really important that there are some really good best practices around the world that we can share with you guys. And it's very much about, that members being recognized for the achievements they're doing, and also that the members are then benefiting in their local press and media and stuff like that, which is really huge, which is being done very well outside India. And it's really bringing those best practices and best ideas into the country, and basically helping the executive directors and the director team and also the members to basically make the best use of those tools, and very much focusing on the member getting more value. And it's always about members getting more value.
So, Andy, before we close, do you have any specific message for our members in BNI India?
Yeah, it's amazing to be here. It's amazing to work with you. You have real passion, which I love, and I'm very much looking forward to working with you more closely. So thank you very much. Thank you.
So thanks, Andy, for coming all the way from Ireland.
Great stuff.
Look forward to working with you.
Very much.
And thank you so much for your time.
Great stuff.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.